Jerry Smith was not only a standout NFL tight end, but also the first professional athlete to publicly announce he had AIDS. Diagnosed in August 1986, he passed away just 2 months later at 43. His courage and legacy helped break stigma and open conversations in both sports and society. Freddie Mercury, the legendary frontman of Queen, captivated the world with his unmatched voice and flamboyant stage presence. He wrote anthems like Bohemian Rhapsody and We Are the Champions, redefining rock music. In the face of illness, he chose dignity and silence, revealing his AIDS diagnosis only 1 day before his death, on November 24, 1991. Mercury's voice may be gone, but it still echoes through generations. Remember these stars? Want more amazing throwbacks? Comment below and hit subscribe. Rock Hudson was Hollywood's golden boy, handsome, charming, and a box office giant. Up behind the glamorous facade was a man hiding his true self. When he died of AIDS-related complications on October 2, 1985, he became the first major celebrity to bring the epidemic into public view. His death changed the conversation and opened eyes around the world. Robert Reed, beloved as the father in the Brady Bunch, was a television icon. He lived a double life, concealing his homosexuality and later his HIV status. Reed died of colon cancer complicated by AIDS in 1992. His quiet passing revealed how even the most familiar faces often carry untold stories. Anthony Perkins, forever remembered as Norman Bates in Psycho, brought depth and vulnerability to horror. Off-screen, he struggled with his sexuality in a time of fear and repression. He died of AIDS-related pneumonia on September 12, 1992, after years of secrecy. His death unveiled a deeply human story behind one of cinema's most iconic faces. Timothy Myers was a magnetic presence on stage. He originated the role of Kenickie in the Broadway musical Grease, bringing raw energy and rebellious charm to the spotlight. But his flame was short-lived. Myers died of AIDS-related complications on March 14, 1989, at the age of 39. His talent was a brief, unforgettable spark in the theater world. Denholm Elliott was a master of the supporting role, shining in films like A Room with a View and Raiders of the Lost Ark. A respected British actor, he brought elegance and depth to every performance. He died of AIDS-related tuberculosis in 1992. Elliott's legacy lives on in the quiet brilliance of his work. Antonio Lopez was a groundbreaking fashion illustrator whose dynamic lines brought movement and emotion to the pages of Vogue and Harper's Bazaar. He celebrated beauty in all its diversity, working with top designers and models of the 1970s. Lopez died in the early 1990s due to AIDS-related complications. His art continues to inspire, old and unapologetically alive. Kurt Raab was a German actor and screenwriter, known for his haunting roles in the films of Rainer Werner Fassbinder. His performances in the 1970s captured the torment and brilliance of post-war German cinema. Privately, he fought a silent battle. Raab died of AIDS on June 28, 1988, at the age of 46, leaving behind a legacy of fearless artistry. Christopher Bernau, the charismatic actor of the soap opera Guiding Light, played the powerful and complex Alan Spaulding for over a decade. On screen, he was commanding. In real life, he fought a quiet battle with AIDS. Bernau died on June 14, 1989, at age 49. His death was one of the early losses that exposed the silent toll of the epidemic in the entertainment industry. Tom Villard was a charming actor known for roles in Grease 2, My Girl, and One Crazy Summer. In 1994, he bravely came out as gay and HIV positive on national television, a rare act of courage at the time. He died later that year, on November 14th, of AIDS-related pneumonia. Villard's honesty and warmth left a lasting mark beyond the screen. Ray Sharkey rose to fame in the early 1980s with The Idolmaker, winning a Golden Globe for his role. Ray Sharkey rose to fame in the early 1980s with The Idolmaker, winning a Golden Globe for his role. Behind the scenes, he battled addiction and kept his HIV diagnosis a secret for years. Sharkey died of AIDS-related complications on June 11, 1993, at just 40 years old. Michael Bennett revolutionized Broadway with musicals like A Chorus Line, capturing the soul of performers with raw honesty. He was a visionary choreographer and director whose work still echoes through the stage. Bennett died of AIDS-related lymphoma in 1987. His curtain may have closed, but his story dances on. Keith Haring was a revolutionary artist whose bold lines and vibrant figures gave voice to a generation. He turned the streets and subways of New York into galleries for his activism, art, and love. Diagnosed with AIDS in 1988, he founded a foundation to support children and fight the disease. Haring died on February 16, 1990. His legacy pulses in every mural, every line, every earbeat. Michael Callan was a singer, author, and fierce AIDS activist. Diagnosed in 1982, he became a national voice for those living with HIV, co-writing the book, How to Have Sex in an Epidemic, and appearing before Congress. He died on December 27, 1993, after over a decade of fighting stigma with compassion and bravery. Callan's voice still echoes in the fight for dignity and awareness. Arthur Russell was an avant-garde musician who fused classical cello with disco, electronic, and folk music. His experimental sound was decades ahead of its time, influencing artists long after his death. Russell died of AIDS-related illness in 1992. His music, once misunderstood, now echoes across genres with haunting beauty. Tina Chow was a model and style icon who blended East and West in fashion with effortless grace. A muse to designers and artists, she became a prominent figure in the 1980s fashion scene. Chow died of AIDS-related complication in 1992. One of the first high-profile women to do so. Her elegance and courage remain a quiet revolution in fashion history. Keith Barrow was a soulful singer and songwriter whose voice lit up the disco era. He rose to fame in the late 1970s with hits like You Know You Want to Be Loved. Barrow died of AIDS on October 22, 1983, one of the early victims of the epidemic. His music remains a vibrant memory of a voice tamed too soon. Paul Shenar, a versatile actor, left his mark on television and cinema, known for iconic roles such as in Scarface. His career, rich in memorable performances, was tragically cut short. In 1989, at the age of 53, Paul Shenar died due to complications related to AIDS, leaving a void in the entertainment world. Al Parker was a groundbreaking gay adult film star and director known for his rugged charm and influence on gay erotic cinema. He was open about his sexuality and HIV status at a time when few were. Parker died of AIDS on August 17, 1992. His legacy reshaped representation and visibility in adult entertainment.